What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. Today we are on some more MX bikes and I am playing a track that I bet most of you have no idea even exists. It's called Bershica and it's in the Czech Republic. It's a real track. It was released by Struzek on the MXB Mods webpage at the end of March 2021. I didn't know it existed, but I was having a scroll through looking for what video I wanted to cover in today's video, and just from the screenshots you know when it just, you're like, I have to download this track. And the reason being, it's just the hills. Like, it looks like there's loads of up and down hills, and it actually reminds me of a track that I rode in real life in the UK. It's called Little Silver. It's in Devon. And there's something about just up and downhill tracks that I really enjoy. We do have the one that's a little bit closer than that to me called Fox Hills, but strangely enough, I've never ever been in my life, and I feel like it's one of them tracks that you do have to go and give a go at some point. The traction feels a little bit weird. I think it might all be sand, like sand traction, and obviously you know how dirty everything's been done in beta 17 with the traction being a bit odd. However, have a look at this. Have a look at the bottom right of my screen right now. Beta 17E. Now, I loaded up Steam just now and had a 3 megabyte update for MX Bikes. I have no idea what it is. There was no patch notes at the time of recording this, that is. There's been no information about a new update. However, there was one, and I'm not too sure what's changed, if I'm completely honest with you boys. Oh, that's another jump there. So yeah, I mean, maybe by the time this video goes out in like 12 hours from now, we might have a bit more information on what's changed exactly, but like, all the air stuff feels the same. If the only thing that I can think of is if I go into third person, leaning forwards and back feels like it looks quite delayed in comparison to my controller overlay. If you have a look at my controller overlay when I lean back and how long it takes my rider to actually lean back, there's a big old delay there. I'm not sure if that's something that's been changed recently. Oh god, I hope I can get up this hill. Get up the hill. There we go. And I'm also on the beta 300 today. Reason being is I just don't think I ride it enough, and I just fancy riding the two-stroke in today's video. When I was looking at the thumbnail of the track, I didn't think the track would warrant like a 400 like I usually ride. I wasn't fancying the 250s, and I thought a 125 might be a little bit, like, wouldn't be enough for all of the massive hills, and I didn't really slow down much for that jump at all there, and I barely cleared it. So good choice on my behalf. And I was actually thinking of doing like an enduro video today, but I didn't want to. I wanted something a little bit easier, if that makes sense. I get every now and then where up on bikes, and I just want a track that doesn't take too much concentration, just ride around and have a good time, really. And I thought that this would be exactly that. I won't lie, I have no idea if Struzek has released any other tracks for this game. However, first impressions of this, it's really good, and I don't think I've ever seen it appear in any server list before. I don't think I've ever heard anyone mention it before. It's rated fairly well. It's only got something like 17 rates or 17 comments. It was one or two, I can't remember which it does surprise me, and I'm surprised that this is the sort of track that you'd probably see in just like fun races, not proper organised series. I imagine this track would be, it might be a little bit too tight, which is weird, to be honest, considering we do race on Supercross and things like that. But I suppose for a nationals track you want something a little bit more wide to compensate for MX Bikes netcode and players getting a little bit rowdy on the track. And oh Jesus, just like that. I'm trying to scrub jumps and I can't even remember what comes after them. Is there? Oh god, I like that there's these little jumps on the sides to kind of step up and over the hills. Maybe I did need a 450 after all, because I am struggling. But again, I think it's purely just because of the traction. You can hear me, like I'm on the pipe everywhere, and it just doesn't really seem to be moving. Although for a 300, this beta, I've noticed it does go a little bit. It is a little bit on the slow side. I won't lie to you boys. Thank you very much for all of the love and support on yesterday's video, the 450 shootout. I say it did take me quite a long time to put together. I've seen a few comments asking for a 250 shootout. I do have one. It's a bit older on the channel. This is beta 16 days. However, nothing's changed at all. The only new bikes that we got added in that were obviously the Fantic and the Gas. However, as I mentioned in the 451, they're identical to the Yamaha and the Husqvarna. So there's really not much point doing another 251. And I also saw people asking for one on 350s or one on 125s. And I suppose the only thing I have to say about those is on the 125. I feel like everybody knows that the KTM and Husky are good, the Yamaha's okay, and everything else is just poopy. And then exactly the same for 350s. Is was there three 350s in the game? However, again, Husky and Gas are exactly the same, and then you've just got KTM. So it's a little bit limited, and I don't know if there is a whole lot of point in doing so. And I'm happy with leaving it at the 451 and then having the 251 as well. And it's one of them videos where it is a bit of a commitment to make. As I say, it took me about 4 days or so to put that video together, like getting the footage, just editing it together and talking through it as well. One thing that I did have to do, which I had no idea there was an easier method because I'm a complete Photoshop noob, is in the thumbnail you can see, obviously I've cut all the bikes out and put them on a screenshot just in the foreground so it looks like they're there. I had to manually cut out in between each and every spoke and around all of the tyre knobbies. I've since been shown a way of doing it much quicker by making like a duplicate of the picture, making the background black, and you can kind of select everything all at once rather than it just being like weird with how do you, I can't think of the word for it. But when you're like using the magic wand, for example, you can set your number on how much it accepts, and no matter what you choose, it'll always be a little bit like jagged and horrible. This method gets around it. So yeah, I spent maybe 6 hours or so just working on that one thumbnail. So I mean, I'm happy with how it came out. I'm very happy with it. It was just a very tedious manual process, which probably could have been avoided if I was much better at Photoshop, which is something that I'm always quite jealous of people that are really good at Photoshop. I wish I had those skills. One of the things where maybe one day I'll sit down and kind of watch some proper tutorials and helpful stuff, and at the moment I just feel like I don't have the time in between like work and videos and then trying to have a normal life as well. One thing I've been doing a lot recently, which you might have seen, I made a community post as well asking if people would be interested in a second channel. Obviously this wouldn't affect bikes in any way. I'll still have the daily uploads as much as possible, but I've been playing just a bunch of different games recently, whether it's FIFA or Rocket League, and I've just started playing Call of Duty Vanguard as well with Charlie, and I'm not sure what the reception would be like, if it would be good at all, but I was just wondering at some point if I record it and upload it as well, what the reception would be like. And I saw some good comments on there. I've seen some people kind of say that they're here just for motorbikes only, which is fair enough. That's the reason you subscribe to this channel in the first place. But I do get it every now and then where I sit down at night and I'm like, I really don't want to record a motocross video today. I want to play another game. So yeah, that's just what I'm thinking. It might not even happen. It might never happen. I haven't thought of like a channel name. I haven't thought of what games I'd want to play. And then at the same time, I suppose it's technically extra work for myself, unless I purely just record myself when I'm playing anything else casually without the intention of making a video out of it. Because for the most part, that's the only time I really play bikes and sim anymore, is playing with the intention of making a video on it. There's not a whole lot that I play just in my free time. I done a race the other day, an enduro race on Fernley Sandbox, made by Jesse Mullock. It was hosted by Jesse and Green Linux, and it was a really fun race. And they said that I should have recorded it or live streamed it, and I just kind of wanted to have a race where I haven't really got to worry about how I do. You know, I can play it for myself, I can just ride around, have a good time, and funny enough, it probably would have made an entertaining video. The track at the end of the race was absolutely hammered. It was so beat up. It was like a whoop section, the entire track. Like, all you heard everywhere was a replica. And I rode the Husky 450. Didn't ride an enduro bike. It was open. You could have rode motocross or enduro. And I thought, you know what? I've got a suspension that works well in the whoops in Supercross on my Husky 450. Why not just use it for this whooped out soundtrack? So I did, and it went very well. And by the end of the race, it was a 30-minute +1 race, and I ended up winning by just by 3 minutes. I think it was 3 minutes exactly, and it was really good fun. It wasn't a whole lot of big hitters. I hope that in the next one, which is one on each Saturday, it's an invitational event, I'm afraid, so you do have to be invited to it to take part. But there's one every Saturday of March, so I'm going to do all the ones I can do. I'm not sure when I'm next seeing my girlfriend, so I'm not sure if I will miss one. But I'll try and do them all if I can. They was really good fun, and I might record the next one or live stream it. I'm not sure yet, but it was all very good stuff. I can't imagine myself streaming 2 days in a row. Can you imagine me doing the 2 to 4 hour long Supercross, depending on how the night goes, and then the very next day doing another longish stream for Enduro as well? I think I would completely lose my voice. That's kind of making me a throwback now to the lives. I had one live stream. I don't know how many people were around, and I can't remember what stream it was. I don't think it was a Supercross stream. I think it was prior to this, but I could feel myself like becoming a little bit ill the few days before. and over the course of the stream my voice just went more and more and more, and then by the end of the stream I sounded a lot deeper than I normally would. I woke up the next day and my voice just had completely gone, and I had work the next day, funnily enough, and yeah, I remember being at work and just saying to my boss, I can't answer the phones today, I can't actually talk. So I suppose there's pros and cons to it after all. Obviously bad that I lost my voice as it stopped me making videos for a few days, but also good that I haven't got to answer the phones at work, so you've always got to look on the bright side of things, haven't you? This track, exactly what I wanted for today. I haven't had to think about anything at all after like the first lap and just getting used to the track. It flows really, really well. You can see I'm having no troubles at all, not really crashing anywhere. There's one hill that I keep going like straight on in the corner rather than turn around. I need to keep an eye on the map. I have moved the location of the map. Let me know if you boys like it. I've made it a little bit bigger, so hopefully you can see it a bit better. My only thinking is when it comes time to live stream for Supercross, I'll probably have to move my chat, because that's usually where my chat is. I'll probably just move it over the left and have it in between the standings and the fuel up there. And then I've got that little gap at the top of my screen for the banner that I have at the top as well. So everything is laid out in a very particular way, and I'm hoping this all works fine. That right is developing very nicely, by the way. That is one thing I've noticed as well with since Beta 17's come around, and I'm not sure if it's because of the added resistance on the tyres, but I feel like it has affected the road in some way. I can't put... Oh, there you go, there's that same corner that I've overshot again. I can't put my finger on exactly how it's changed, but I feel like when you're playing by yourself in testing, I feel like the individual lines that you make are more defined than they used to be, and I'm not sure if that's just me not paying attention previously or what, but oh god, I almost went down there. But yeah, I've definitely noticed that they stand out a bit more, and you can actually sit in them more than you used to. I need, actually, that has just popped into my mind, I need to do a higher road video now that Beta 17 has come around. I keep meaning to do it and I keep forgetting, and I won't lie, I was looking for a little bit of inspiration for today's video and I couldn't find it, so I need to add that on the video to-do list, so I will write that down as soon as I'm done here, so expect that in the near future, something else for you guys to look forward to. Just want to say massive thank you, we hit 24k subs on the day of recording this as well, so yesterday, whenever you're watching this, and just all really good stuff. We had a little bit of a period where the growth kind of slipped a bit, but I knew that the videos I was putting out wasn't up to the usual standard that I would like. I just I pre-recorded a whole bunch of things, played a bunch of different games as well. It's like I played Descenders and stuff, and I knew it'd either be a hit and a miss, and I think the Descenders gameplay was a little bit of a miss. There wasn't too many people that really seemed to be into that, so we will keep things on, I was going to say keep things on two wheels, but obviously mountain bike has two wheels, and we will keep things with engines on this channel as much as we can. But yeah, just thank you everyone ever so much. If you've enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, it's really, really appreciated, really helps the channel grow, as I say every single time. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're growing every day. I'd love to have you around and just stick around in the community. We've got a good bunch of guys here. It's very rarely that I have to take much action on people and give them a slap on the wrist in the comments, so yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever it is that you're up to, and I'll catch you boys in the next video. Peace.
My tent way too damn dark, laugh in your face like man dark. Came a long way from the bad days way back, had to burn down that landmark. Seen some things I ain't really want to see, it's all good, that's what made me me. Now who would I be if I had it easy? Used to break down, now I'm in a 350 like whoa. I've been laying way too low, had to switch up and change my flow, cause I'm back from the block, had to bust some rocks and dust off the dust and get back in the box. Now why you wanna